Got it, thank you. 5x to the fourth plus 14x cubed plus 9x divided by x squared plus 3x. Okay? So let's write this here. X squared plus 3x out here. I wonder if I need to do something. I think I'll make it more confusing, actually. And 5x to the fourth plus 14x cubed plus 0x squared plus 9x. We can't have a missing place, so I have to put a 0x squared in there. Does that automatically make a few people know what might have gone wrong?
No.
Yes?
I have a quick question.
Amanda's
when
in
you
yours.
have like the x to the whatever on that, so like when you have on the inside when you're missing things that are on the outside, do you have to like?
You mean if I were missing something out here?
You have to put a 0 on.
Yeah, you have to put a 0 out here as well.
Oh, okay.
Is that what you're asking?
So you have to put a 0 out there for the x.
Well, here's the thing, and I was wondering whether I should go x squared plus 3x plus 0, and then plus 9x plus 0. That would actually be slightly more correct, but because they both end in x, that actually won't matter, because they're both missing it. But if they weren't both, then you should. Would it be easier if I just gave the rule that you always fill it in and work this out with the zeros?
No.
Okay.
What do you?
It'd be easier if you gave us the option to do it.
I'll give you the option, but I'll do it the slightly longer way. Amanda is correct. Based on what I said yesterday, it should be, we should put in a plus 0 there and there. Okay? It won't wind up making a difference in this case. But I don't think it'll make a difference either way.
What if you put like 5 zeros because it goes from like?
Yeah, there's one in here. You have to put in all those zeros in
Wait,
between.
why did you put a 0 in the end, though?
You don't have to. It's just a placeholder.
Oh.
You would have to if they didn't both end in x, is the thing.
But if you put a 0 in the end, that means you have to put it on the other side also,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, like if this had a plus 5, a 0 out here would make it easier. If this had a plus 1, a 0 in here would make it easier. But since they both end in x, it's kind of up to you. Since they both are missing. When they're both missing them, it's a little different. Yes?
So if it ends in like 27 or whatever,
Yeah.
some random number, then you have to put plus 0.
I think that it would make it easier. It's something that makes it easier,
Can you
yeah.
try
You
not
have
doing it
to
with
or no? Because then you would just bring the 27 down.
Yeah, bring the 27 down at the end. So you don't really have to.
Oh, okay.
You don't actually really have to, but it does help. The last one's a little tricky. I'll do it this way, and you can see whether or not it was really necessary or not. So now I look at just the, here's another color. Now I look at just the 5x to the fourth and the x squared, and I say what times x squared equals 5x to the fourth? And that is 5x squared. Okay? That gives me my 5x to the fourth plus 15x cubed, and then plus 0. That lines up really well. I think they planned it that way. Plus 0x squared, technically. And then I subtract this whole thing, and I noticed that some of you guys yesterday weren't writing these parentheses. It is incorrect to leave out these parentheses, and it really helps you keep track of all these signs. Okay? 5x to the fourth minus 5x to the fourth, bye-bye. 14x cubed minus 15x cubed gives me
Negative
1x cubed.
Negative x.
negative x cubed, negative 1x cubed. Either way is correct.
Wait. I thought you said there are no negative. Did you add them?
No? I'm 14 minus positive 15.
I got 29x.
That would be a mistake. Okay? Because you got to subtract everything in the parentheses.
So when do you change the sign?
That's why, remember, notice I just said you put this in parentheses?
Okay, so what if that's minus?
So that means you distribute the subtraction. So if this were minus, then it would be minus a negative, and then it would be plus.
It's like -1 times everything in the parentheses.
Yes, that's another way to look at it. It's like -1 times everything in the parentheses. 0x squared minus 0x squared, you'll be shocked to know is 0x squared. I bring down the 9x. And now I ask myself...
So why do you need the 0x squared? Can you get rid of it now?
It's a placeholder.
Can you get
Helps you... I'm not going to.
Wait, do you have to put the 0 on the other side?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. But, okay.
Okay, but can you get rid of the 0x squared?
The 0x squared?
The 0x squared, yeah.
Well, no, the 0x squared I'm going to keep because... Well, will I wind up with an x squared? I'm going to keep it for a sec just in case I wind up with an x squared here. And actually, at this point, what can we multiply by x squared? Let's see where this goes. What do I multiply by x squared to get negative x cubed?
Negative 1.
Negative
1x.
1x, yeah. So negative x times x squared gives me my negative x cubed. Here's where I like this 0x cubed being here. Negative x times 3x gives me minus 3x squared. So it helps me keep things lined up.
Wait, how do you get negative 3x squared?
Once I figure out that negative x is what I need here, I have to multiply it by everything.
So negative x times 3x you're saying.
And then negative x times 0 gives me, well, minus 0x, which won't matter. Now I put this in parentheses, and now I subtract. And I'm using the parentheses to remind myself that since I'm subtracting, it will be like adding the opposite.
Things are positive now.
Yes, and that'll make this go away. And this is 0x squared minus negative 3x squared. So that's going to be plus 3x squared. And it's going to be 9x plus 0x, but who cares? Plus 9x. And now I ask myself, what times x squared gets me 3x squared?
Wait, how'd you get 3x squared again?
What's 0 minus negative 3x squared?
Oh, I didn't put negative 3x squared, that's why.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then, now I say plus 3, because we have 3 times x squared to get this x squared, and when I distribute, I get 3x squared plus 9x.
Wait, can you explain how you got 3 again? Sorry.
I asked myself, what times x squared would get me 3x squared?
Alright.
And what times x squared would get you 3x squared?
3.
Just plain 3.
Right.
So whenever you have to multiply by this to make it go cancel with that. Did I really need these zeros at the end? No. But if one of them had ended in a number and the other had not, then the 0 would have been more helpful, to me anyway, as a placeholder. 3x squared minus 3x squared, bye-bye, bye-bye. 0, our remainder is 0. So this is just our answer. Okay? Please ask questions now. I think at this point I'm going to have to go on to the next thing, but
If you could do that one.
What time is this class?
I'll double check.
48.
Okay, yeah, I've got to go on to the next thing. So any last questions on this one? Going
No.
once? Going twice? Sade says no? Okay. Next thing. I'll now erase this. Once again, how many